With the conclusion of Split 2 playoffs in Mannheim, Germany, Crypto had dominated the meta throughout the tournament, and SSG, a Crypto team, took home the trophy. But the most dominant team throughout the tournament, well, they didn't play Crypto at all. Gaming Gladiators instead paved the way for a new meta that would abandon Crypto altogether immediately after the tournament was over. So I'm Burke, discussing all things competitive Apex. Subscribe if you like that sort of thing, and let's talk about Newcastle, the most powerful legend in Apex. Is he too good? In order to understand why Newcastle is so effective as a legend, you only need to understand one core concept of Apex Legends: the reset. Resetting in Apex Legends is the concept of getting your squad back up to a position where they are able to fight another team effectively. This reset could take a lot of different forms. It might mean getting your health up to full by using meds or shield batteries. It could be retrieving ammo or heals from death boxes. It could mean rezzing your teammate who got knocked, regaining cover to get out of the line of fire, or it might even mean reviving your teammate with a respawn beacon. Regardless of what it means, for every example I just listed, Newcastle is the best legend in the game for allowing a reset. You can reset in a fight by using his mobile shield for cover on a moment's notice. You can use his ultimate to jump to allies. It knocks enemies back. It staves off enemy projectiles and provides cover for your entire team. And you can move to evade while reviving your knocked teammates, granting them health regeneration through your level 2 perk, and using your knockdown shield as even more cover while doing so. In a fight, Newcastle has basically 3 different forms of individually powerful cover at his disposal to allow for resetting of all kinds. Now, for most legends with this much defensive capability, they would certainly be hindered in some fashion, and Newcastle having a larger hitbox does certainly make him more vulnerable. However, with multiple forms of cover at his disposal, this is not nearly as large of an issue compared to legends like Caustic. Gibby is perhaps more comparable here, having his arm shield and bubble to similarly prevent damage given his size. But Newcastle's ability for mobile cover provides significantly more practical use cases for preventing damage for you and your squad. Add in the fact that he can jump 30 meters independently and to his teammates at up to 70 meters with basically no vertical limits, means that he can be wherever his team needs him at any time, and can even take aggressive off angles if needed to flush teams out of cover or provide support for his teammates in tight spots. So what do we do about this legend? What are the best legends to partner with Newcastle? And more importantly, how do we counter him? Well, for teams looking to take advantage of early rotations to zone, partner Newcastle with pretty much any controller legend to easily hold strong positions into endgame, and use his ability arsenal to prevent damage in order to save your meds deep into those end zones. For teams that are looking to take fights on edge, farm evos, and late rotate into zone, partner Newcastle with legends like Pathfinder, Valkyrie, or Ashe to take optimal positions quickly and fortify them before another team has time to react. But what I know you really want to know is how to counter him. Well, if you want to counter a Newcastle, there are a few things that you can do. Mad Maggie is an obvious selection for this, as her ultimate is an easy way to destroy the cover that Newcastle provides, while her riot drill has flushing capabilities that makes holding any position difficult. Fuse can also provide that effect to a lesser extent if you want a solution that also grants ring console. Rampart is a very underrated selection that counters the effects of Newcastle. Due to the high HP of the Newcastle wall, it is very difficult and requires a lot of focus to be able to hit a Newcastle team if they don't peek out from cover. With the Rampart ultimate Sheila, however, the high output of damage is able to quickly destroy the cover that Newcastle provides, and as opposed to Fuse Knuckle Cluster, Mad Maggie's Riot Drill, and grenades, which all get zapped away by the initial effects of an energized wall, Sheila does not have that hindrance. Rampart is easily the strongest direct counter to the legend that exists in the game, and her ability to hold cover as well is going to contribute to her success in the future as a counter meta option. However, the most obvious and direct solution to dealing with a team that has a Newcastle is to simply run Newcastle yourself. The by far easiest way to destroy a Newcastle wall in the game that exists is, you guessed it, to drop another Newcastle wall on top of it. Doing that instantly destroys the enemy's wall, regardless of if it's energized or how much HP it had left. If you simply drop your ultimate on the other team that just used theirs in an endgame scenario, all else equal, you are guaranteed to win that engagement 9 times out of 10. Not to mention, the worst thing that can happen under this meta of quick and easy resets is to deny yourself the ability to also have that resetting capability. For these reasons, currently there is almost zero reason to not be running a Newcastle. Legends like Watson, Catalyst, and Crypto are also easily considerations as alternatives to some of those selections, and there is no one fully correct answer here. Additionally, with the massive recent buffs to the support class, legends like Lifeline and Gibby are also really big additions to the team that can further benefit the team's ability to reset easily, though at a cost of evo farming and early game information, as that's one less legend to either have ring console or survey beacon.
Oh my god, I'm slamming!
You got me?
What is happening? Grenade!
Wait. I'll touch you as well. Grab me, daddy!
So, is Newcastle good for the game? Well, to answer that is a little complicated. For starters, this legend is not one that is easy to play. The complexity of the mobile shield, the make or break positioning of his ultimate, the shotgun mastery required from mobile shield fighting, the vulnerability of a larger hitbox, these are all elements that make playing Newcastle very difficult. This legend has easily the highest skill ceiling in the game, meaning that even if you do follow the meta and pick up this legend, it does not mean you will see any success if you can't use him effectively. So while Newcastle does have the resetting potential to carry his whole team on his back, both metaphorically and also kind of literally, that is heavily contingent on the player being able to carry that weight theirself. So yes, the character is pretty broke. Any legend that's largest counter is themselves is a big problem for the health of a competitive meta. But that's what it always has been too. The only counter in the Seer meta was Seer. The only counter in the Bang meta was Bang. In the Cat meta, it's Cat. In Caustic meta, it's Caustic. This is the way Apex competitive has always been. If another legend hard counters the best character, then they aren't the best. Simply put, Newcastle is very, very good, and you should be playing it. And yes, the devs should eventually nerf him to bring other legends to the forefront, but he is absolutely no more broken than any other meta legend that has come before. And quite frankly, if it's between this and the can't see shit or roller ape fest metas of the past, I would happily take more of what we've had here. So comment, let me know what you think of the current Newcastle meta. What would you change? What would you change about his kit to balance him out? And subscribe to help me hit my 1K subscriber goal. I'll see you in the next one.